back. We got to talk about it. Jose Fernandez coming on, the GOAT, the bare knuckle GOAT. He's the champ. He's the BYB super middleweight champ, and he's defending his title August 27th in Doral, in Miami, BYB 11. Shit's going to be insane. So I want to bring him on right now. Let's talk about this fight. Jose.
What's going on, Mr. Mays? How you doing, man? Thanks for having me on.
Yo, my pleasure to have you on, bro. The GOAT is in the house, man. How are you doing?
That's right. I'm great. I'm getting ready for this fight, man. It's going to be a good one. You know, Trump Hotel. I'm excited. I'm sure Sam's excited. I hope he's working very hard.
Bro, it is going to be, I mean, this fight, I mean, BYB is growing. You're growing with the sport. You guys are growing together. You're the champ. And now to be at Trump National in Doral, that's a big deal, man. This is going to be some venue.
Absolutely, especially coming from where I come from, and being part of this company. It's a blessing. It's been surreal, and I'm hyped. I'm pumped, and I want to keep growing. Not only myself, but the company, because I owe it to them.
100%. I mean, they're doing great things. I mean, watching the company grow, still a new company, but with some very experienced veterans running the company. So you know it's only on the way up. It's on the rise. You got the great team of, Goldstein, Malinaji. You got Claudia in the mix, Dada. They're doing some really, really great things on the production side, the media side, as well as, of course, the fights and these stacked cars that they've been putting together. So far? How's your experience been with BYB?
It's been a great experience. I mean, again, I can't stress enough what the company's done for me. I owe them nothing but loyalty and putting on a good show. My experience with them, they have, since the beginning, when I came back into the fight game, they were the first ones to open up the door for me without really knowing who I am and everything, man. And that's rare to find around. So, I mean, bare knuckles a little dangerous. It's not like everybody wants to do it. Only a select few, but my experience with them has been great. Like, I have no complaints whatsoever.
That's awesome, man. And now are you originally born and raised in Miami?
Born and raised, baby. 305.
Wow. So you're going to be
Westchester.
What's that?
Westchester, Miami, Florida, to be exact.
Yo, so you're going to be fighting in front of your hometown, man. You're the hometown boy, bro. That's got to be exciting in itself, man, just to be defending that belt.
It's gonna be a great feeling for me, because I brought the belt home. Now it's time to defend it home in front of all my friends, the people that support me. So I'm hyped. I'm very hyped.
This is gonna be exciting, man. I've been telling a lot of people about this event. I'm like, don't sleep on this event, because there's gonna be action. It's gonna be action packed from top to bottom. This card, and what I wanted to know, because me and you vibe well. When we met at an event. And it was a good time, man. I was like, yo, I like this dude right away, man. So, but it's our first time really having a good conversation here. So I wanted to ask you, like, when about your fight, career. When did you decide, like, yo, I want to do this for a living? I want to be a fighter. Was it at a very young age? Was it later on in the game?
I started at 15 years old. I did glove boxing. I started at Muhammad Ali Boxing Center over here in Miami, which is located in Tropical Park. I wanted to be a champ, glove fighting. However, life in my mid-20s took me in a different direction. And then I took a couple years off of fighting, to be exact. It was, I think, about 6 or 7 years. I came back when I was 30 because, to be honest, life kind of pressed me in a corner where, I looked to come back for my own health and just to keep me okay. And then I couldn't find any foot in the door with the glove fighting. And, like I said, life wasn't good to me. So bare knuckle didn't seem a big deal at the time. All right, well, let's do it.
Hell yeah, man. Bare knuckle's been, it's been growing, and Miami is the hub, is the birth of really bare knuckle, like, getting that rise. Miami backyard fights, Masvidal fight back there, Kimbo, Dada, legendary stuff, man. And now that it's gone from the backyard to the ring to the arena, it's just and in your neck of the woods too, no less. I mean, that's it's incredible. But were you, like, when you were growing up in Miami, I'm sure you heard about the backyard fights back in the day going on. Did you ever attend any? Were you ever a part of any of those?
No, because I mean, I know a lot of people that were involved in it. A friend, Joey Diaz, Renee Rodriguez was another one that's a good friend of mine. Shout out to Renee.
White boy.
Yeah, white boy. He's the one that got my foot in the door. George Rodriguez, Mocha, another shout out to Mocha. That was another person who had put me on the bare knuckle. So I was familiar with the scene because
Mm.
some of these guys trained with me. But you asked me when I was glove fighting back then, I was like, and it was in the backyard. Man, fuck no, the money's. I'm trying to get away from that environment. That environment wasn't safe when it started. A bunch of, thugged out. Like
Yeah.
I was trying to stay away from that and better myself. Again, life is funny like that, and the sport was legitimizing. So I said, you know what? Let's do it. Fuck it. Let's give it a try.
Dude, and that's dope, man. Cause like, I saw when they were coming to Hard Rock and stuff, I'm like, all right, let's, this is pretty cool now, man. Cause the Hard Rock's a great arena to have fights at. They always put on a great show. And dude, when I first saw the BYB, we're talking BYB. So I went out, I think it was like the third or fourth show. It was at the Hard Rock. And I was like, wow, this is some shit, man. That ring, because that was the first time I saw the Trigon, up close. I was like, this is gonna be some dangerous shit. As a matter of fact, the fight was what was it? What's his name was on it? Lorenzo Hood. He was the main event and he
Yeah.
flatlined that guy one shot. You remember that one?
Yeah. He started with us. He started with us from what I was told. I still wasn't on the scene yet. But yeah, I remember watching because I've been following all this stuff since before I decided to return. So yeah, I remember that card and going to the Hard Rock. That was my debut. I think it was BYB 4 or 5. It was a small show they had because it was during COVID, during the shutdown.
Okay.
So it wasn't like a crowd or anything. It was like a small low key event. And man, going to the guitar and fighting over there, especially for my first fight, it was like I got there and I was like, wow, this is somewhere to be.
Yeah, man. This is like that's pay-per-view quality stuff right there. And BYB has been it's been pretty cool. I was at the 10, I was at BYB, I think it was 8. It was the one at the James L. Knight Center that had that was
Brawl by the River. I
uh
fought in that one.
yeah, yeah. That was the one I was
Yeah, I
at. That was
fought
the
Chris.
last. Yes, yes.
Okay, I know you were at that one, man. I didn't.
I
Okay,
was
I didn't catch you
I
on that one.
was
Damn.
I was at the yeah. Well, it was the first time that I went. Like I was just a spectator that night, and I was sitting with I was with Dat Win. We were sitting together up front.
Okay, I remember
Yeah,
seeing him. Yeah, I remember seeing
yeah.
him.
He
Yeah,
loved the
yeah, that fight
Trigon. He
fun.
was even amped up.
That Trigon's awesome, man. I mean, a lot of guys are intimidated by the Trigon, and the corners are a little deeper. It's a lot smaller, but it's the same as everything else. You just got to get ready for it.
How's that for you? Like, how did you feel when you first stepped in the Trigon? Were you comfortable? Was it like a little, did you, how did you feel?
I felt okay. I was very comfortable. I just know that I don't want to get caught in the corners.
Yeah.
Fortunate enough for me, my style, what I was taught in the amateur days, I have a nice set of wheels, a nice set of legs on me. So I just know what I have to use to be safe in there. I mean, can I speak for everyone else that gets in that Trigon? No, but you got to just know what you're getting into. So I felt right at home, no fear, just going forward and putting on a show.
Yeah, man, you put on a great show, man. You had the inaugural BYB super middleweight title fight against Burns. I was excited as hell to see that fight because I'm like, these are two styles that I think mesh well for a fight. And I mean, it was entertaining from start to finish, man. So now that I'm getting to know you a little bit, man, you were fighting at 15, you stopped for a while. When you turn 30, you make this comeback to bare knuckle. Now all of a sudden you find out you're fighting for a world title, man. What goes on in your head, like that whole everything, and then like it's like, oh shit, I'm fighting for a title now. Like, what goes on in your mind when you hear that?
It's the moment of my life. It was the moment I had been waiting for, and to put it down and have it come back to my life, especially at this age. It's been like a dream come true. So going through my head every bit of training camp, and thanks to BYB that they give us so much time to prepare for these fights, that it's not like short notice stuff. I was hyped, and every second of every day I gave not 110%. And if it wasn't every day, just better and better, and it was just a dream come true, man. I was ready to go.
Wow, yeah, that was sick. And then watching the fight, obviously, I mean, you're victorious, undefeated. That's gotta be. I mean, now defending the title, but when you won the title, What was that moment like? First thought that popped in your head, like, you know, had to be great.
Yeah, it was like a weight had come off my shoulders, man, because it was like to be going enduring some of the stuff I've endured in my personal life, and just enduring the stuff I endure in the sport. Like a weight was off my shoulders already. Like, wow, I did this. Any other fighter that's watching this is gonna know that feeling I'm talking about. It's like this. There's no paycheck, there's no anything that's going to give me the feeling of working as hard as I did and putting my blood, sweat, and tears on the line like I did for that title. It's something that I wish I could explain the best to my ability, but I can't, brother. That's something that only me and God are going to know how much I feel about that.
That's true, man. That actually put that into perfect words, man. And you got, this promotion's growing. I see what they're doing. I see the shows that they're putting on. They're also obviously they're doing the London shows, and they're getting guys from the UK to come down here. I'm always thinking to the future, and I'm thinking, I think one day we're gonna possibly see some unifications going on. I think we're heading in that direction, which I think would be phenomenal because that's gonna really prove who the best of the best is. And I think between the US and the UK, they're really the two, main countries that are really promoting bare knuckle a lot. And I would look forward to seeing something like that happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, the BYB is doing a great job. I mean, these merges of the companies together, and going back, if you really know about bare knuckle, I like to study a lot of all this stuff because I'm a student of this sport and I'm involved in it. So the BKB over there and in London, bare knuckle's way bigger over there. It's part of their culture
Huge.
way bigger than it is here. It's probably bigger than some of those regular sports they have over there. So to have guys come over here and us go over there, it's a great thing for the sport for us here in the United States, because that's what's going to give us the exposure.
Mhm.
That's what's going to give us the lift we need to do this and make these unifications going. Also, touching base on those unifications, I completely agree with everything you're saying. Like, not just the police gazette belt, but we got to do things like WBC, WBO,
Oh,
all those
100%.
because there's all these different companies that have different talent and different rules. We need a unification because the best fight the best, and there's got to be one. There can't be the best here, the best there. We got to unify everything and see who the real champ is. At least
Oh, 100,
what the old school fighters used to do.
yeah, man. We see it like, I would love to see a unification title match. I would love to see somebody that is undisputed champ. It's great to see promotions doing it. And I think the sport is so young here in the States. We always, because we see other promotions, they're signing big names. We see what BYB is doing, the consistency. And I think that eventually it's going to get to that point. I think it was still young in the game, but I think we're going to definitely lead to that one day. So it's pretty cool to see how the sport is growing. It's cool to see the new, now we're having champions that are being crowned. Like there's so much going on. So, so much to cover. So I just think it's overall, I think it's really positive, the direction. But I don't think bare knuckle's going anywhere. I think it's only going up from here on out.
Yeah, man. I mean, I actually have even some of my own friends that go. If I'm not on the card, some of them are still going, and they're like,
Yeah.
love this. I love this shit, dude. It's like I've never been to. And the one thing everybody says is, "Hey, man, those punches they sound a little different when you." I'm like,
And they
yeah.
fucking feel different too.
Even me, I go to the events when I'm not fighting, and especially when it's somebody that I know, and I hear those shots, and I'm like thinking to myself, "Damn, I can't believe I do this."
Dude, I'm telling you, when I went to my first bare knuckle event, I'll never forget that sound. When anytime that you see a fit, you're out at a bar and there's a fist fight breaks out, whether you're in it or not, you ain't hearing it the way you hear it in an arena because that shit echoes, man. And everybody's dialed in watching it. It's just, and then you're getting like legit professional fighters hitting each other, not some drunk in a bar. It is a totally different sound. And let me tell you, when I first heard that, I was like, damn, that's crazy. But I
Yeah.
was hooked after that. I was like, yo, I want to watch more of this. This is dope.
Yeah, man. You know what? Touching base on what you just said about professional experienced fighters doing it, that's what's so good about what's going on, because a lot of the times before it was just a bunch of dudes that thought they were tough. Now that the sport is growing and you get individuals who have been athletes making weight, cutting, have the experience to fight, and us giving the clinch game, it changes the way that people look at this, and you're gonna start seeing the results how they're coming out now. It's so pivotal that that happens.
Yeah, and I see like what I like about BYB. I feel like out of a lot of the promotions that I've watched, I feel like BYB is really matchmaking well. The fights are very close, they're even. You don't really see guys that are like getting truly outclassed. And if a guy has a bad night or what have you, it's still somebody that could really put up a good fight. I've seen some bare knuckle fights where it looked like they just pulled some guy out of a bar after he had about 20 shots of Jaeger and they threw him in the fucking ring. And I'm like, this guy has got no business being in a ring. I won't call anybody out. I always try to keep it respectful and professional, but there's some guys that you just shake your head and you're like, you don't belong in that. I give you credit. You got balls for getting in there, no question, but you don't really belong in there. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like that's the
Absolutely. I mean, and good job about giving them credit for getting in there, because just to
yeah,
get in alone takes a nice set of balls. But yeah, shout out to Mel, by the way, which is our matchmaker.
yep.
El Chingon. Shout out to Mel, man, because he's our matchmaker, and Mel is doing one hell of a job with these fights. Like, styles make fights. So it's so important. And not only that, you don't want a mismatch to the point that you get individuals, God forbid, dying, but getting hurt. Like, these mismatches is it can't be that way. You know why?
Yeah,
Because that's what's going on with glove boxing. That's why
yeah.
people are staying away from it, because it's turning into something that is just too obvious. The best fight the best,
Mhm.
and the matches is so crucial that happens the way it does. So shout out to Mel with the BYB for doing such a fabulous job with our matchmaking.
Yo, Mel's a good dude, man. I had a
Yeah.
phone conversation with him a couple months ago, and it was cool, man. He's got a good energy about him. He's really cares about the sport, cares about the matchmaking. He takes pride in it. So you definitely got a good guy on board doing this. And uh, like yeah, I've seen some fights that were like super mismatched. And yeah, we see it in boxing, glove boxing, where they're padding the records and they're just getting guys in there and trying to build people up. Bare knuckle, it's gonna be worse because people could get, like you said, seriously hurt. Somebody could die. We've seen somebody dying, already from it, unfortunately. And
Yeah.
you got to be real careful with it, and especially now because bare knuckle's still new. It's still a new sanctioned sport. It's only a few years old. You don't want to make bad decisions on matchmaking because that could fuck the sport up, and we don't want that to happen. We want people to accept it and be like, "Yo, sport's good," and eventually ESPN's going to start covering it. It's only a matter of time. They just wait for the big money to come in, but they'll cover it too.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, I've been doing my homework. Vice put up an episode on bare knuckle a couple of years back. I don't know how long ago, the Vice channel, and that BKFC company. I think it was on BKFC and David Feldman. Um, and just watching that documentary and seeing the trouble that they have to go through to get these fights sanctioned and legitimate. Like, we are already under the scope because there's no gloves, it's brutal, it's
Mm.
like, blood everywhere. So it's very important because we're already the bad guys. They don't want us doing this. So it's crucial that all this stuff happens the way it's happening. I can't stress the importance of that.
Yeah, and we're seeing a lot of UFC vets moving over, transitioning to bare knuckles. So that's a good thing because it's definitely going to get more eyes on it. I think more people will start paying more attention to the sport and seeing like, all right, well, the referees I think do a great job. The referees have a lot to do with the build up to how successful bare knuckle is going to be because you get refs in there, they letting fights go, that's going to be a problem for bare knuckle. But I think the refs have overall been doing a good job of calling a fight when they need to. When they see a fighter's had enough, they're stepping in there. They're keeping the action going too. So I think the refs are doing a good job. I think that's going to be helpful for the sport too. But let's talk about your fight. You got this big title fight coming up in front of your home crowd. You're going to be in Miami defending your title. Sam Liera, tough opponent, man. I've seen him fight. This is going to be a good fight. This is going to be a fan favorite fight. I think a lot of people are excited already from the people I spoke to. How do you feel? We're a month out, a month and a week out. How do you feel so far with your training?
I feel great, man. My training, as usual, has always been 110%. Not just training, keeping my body in good rehab and recovery. So I fire up on all cylinders everywhere from the running. Training's been amazing. I do everything necessary to be as prepared as I can. And Sam is just another tough opponent, tough individual, and like I said, I really hope he's training because he's gonna need to keep up with me.
Dude, what's your game plan going into this fight? I know we want to give up the whole blueprint here, but at least mentality wise, how I want you to tell me what you're thinking.
It's all or nothing for me, man. I
Yep.
mean, I hope he can keep up my pace. I like to keep a nice, tough pace, and I'm all smiles now, and I'm polite and nice. But when I turn on that switch and I get up on that ramp, not even the Trigon yet. When I step up on that ramp and it's showtime, I let out the animal. So I hope he's ready for what's coming at him because a lot of people think they are, but once you're stuck in there, it's a whole different story.
That is the truth, man. It's like Tyson said, it's a famous lines, everybody's got a plan till they get punched in the face. And that's going to happen. And it's going to be bare knuckle, though. It's not going to be boxing gloves. It's going to be bare knuckle. And that's a
Yeah.
totally different ball game. This fight is going to be in front of a large crowd. It's going to be, it's going to be on YouTube. So anybody and everybody can watch this. I think we're going to get a lot of views on this fight and the card in general in itself. Walking into this fight, I know you say you're going to let the animal out. Do you see this going full 7 rounds? Do you see this being a dog fight and somebody's going down? How do what's your prediction for this fight, or how do you envision it?
I think it's gonna be a dogfight. Obviously, I don't want to get hit, but I don't mind getting hit if that's the case. And what is it that they say? Somebody's O has got to go, baby. So we're
True.
gonna do it, and it's not gonna be my goose egg that's gonna be gone. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, man, two undefeated. I mean, that's what I like about this is, there's nothing better than two undefeated fighters going at it for a title. You're going to prove right now who's the best in the division. It's all there. It's all on the line. I think the buildup is great for this fight. You got, I mean, Big Mo, the ring announcer, man. I'm hyped when he starts announcing, and he rolls that R for Fernandez, bro.
Oh,
I seen it.
Fernandez. Shout out to Mo for always rolling the R, man. I used to stress, I need you to roll the R on my Hispanic last name.
Bro, Fernandez.
It fires me up right there in the interview. If you ever, I'm sure you've noticed the
Oh
intro
yeah.
with the pose. It's I love it. And Big Mo is doing a hell of a job, man. Hell
Oh,
of a job.
he's gonna be a superstar, man. He's already, yeah, he's a tall. I told him, I said I'm standard guinea height, like that's it. I'm gonna fucking 5'8" on a good day if my spikes are spiked up perfectly high. You know what I'm saying? I said you're
It's funny
fucking
you
one.
say that. I say that all the time when they ask me how tall are you. I said on the best day, 5'8".
Yeah, exactly. I told him, I said, you're a friggin' foot taller than me, but I tell you, Mo is a teddy bear, man. He's a great guy, man. And it's just like that's what I like. I feel like there's all the right people in place, all the right fighters in place, the right people in place to make this something really special. So, I tell people, well, I'm gonna ask you this too. If Sam is looking at you right now through the screen, what do you got to say to Sam?
Like I said, work your ass off and work your ass off hard because I am. And I got no problems with you, but you signed the contract and I hope you know what you're getting in for because I do. And like I said, we're friends and all. We can hang out after, but during, get your ass ready because I am.
Hell yeah, man. This is now I'm already getting excited, man. Now I'm getting amped up. Like now I'm like, damn, I wish this fight was tomorrow night, man, because I want to
Yeah.
be there so bad. But I can't wait, man. I think I'm gonna be front and center for sure. Yeah.
You got to be front and center, man.
Front and
I got
center. This one, bro.
You know what I got to hear? Hey, that was a perfectly good tomato. Why'd you ruin that tomato? I can't. That shit was hilarious, dude. That shit never leaves my mind, man.
Oh, dude. That was the Lorenzo Hunt and Joe Riggs.
Yeah, yeah. Remember when I first met you? I was like dying to tell you that shit, man, because it was had me cracking up for a long time.
Bro, I love doing the skits, man. Anytime you want to be on a skit, let me know, man. We can have some fun with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Just let me brush up on my Italian a little bit before I join you on
Nah,
that.
man, we got to get the Latin in there too, man. We got to show love to Latin people, bro. So I say let's mix it up a little bit. You know what I mean?
All right, for sure, bro. You let me know what's up. I'm always down. Always
Hell,
down.
hell yeah, man. Always down for a good laugh and a good fight, bro. And
Yeah.
I really truly appreciate you coming on, man, because I'm happy to be a part and help, any way I can to build up the fight and help you promote yourself. And is there anybody you want to give a shout out to? Any special thanks? Go for it, brother.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The first one is my sponsor, Arnaciria Bail Bonds. You need a bail bonds. This is the guy to go to. This guy has believing in me since day one, since I was nobody. He's helped me out far beyond the ring. If there's anybody I got to shout out, is Arnaciria Bail Bonds.
Respect.
The whole BYB staff, Mike, the owner, Dada, everybody does a great job. Like I said, they've helped me out so much. Um, I can't do anything but pay them back with a good show. Homestead Physical Therapy, another place that keeps me tuned up. I want to shout them out. Muhammad Ali Boxing Center, where I'm training from now, also. There's a lot of amateur kids that go there, so I love to go there and be. When I was there, I was always looking up to the pros and the older guys. So it's nice now for me to be doing it. So shout out to them for letting me train there and always supporting me. My manager, First Round Management, Ricky, everybody who's on my team, man, I want to shout them out and just say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, because this is tough to do. It's one of the loneliest sports in the world. So to have the amount of love and support that I receive from these individuals, I can't thank them enough. Like, thank you is not even enough, like,
Dude, you put that into perfect words, man. Super respectful, and I'm sure that's a lot of the reason why these people support you, man. Because you're a real one, bro, and
thank
you keep it respectful and real, and I appreciate that. Most importantly, I'm excited, man. I just want to say BYB 11, Doral, Florida, August 27th, super middleweight title on the line. The champ is right here.
that's
The
right, baby.
bare knuckle goat, baby. Jose Fernandez,
Fucking ain't right,
ready.
baby.
Coming
And
in strapped.
yeah, and
Strapped with
Joe,
the
man,
title.
I've been watching your stuff for a long time. You're doing a great job, man. So everybody that's watching this, Joe's been around for a while. He knows his stuff. Out of a lot of the podcasts I've been on, this one I've been, to be honest with you, I've been dying to get on this and shoot the shit. So you've been doing a hell of a job also, bro. So respect to you and keep doing your thing, bro, because you got people like me watching, and not only does it crack me up, but you know your stuff when it comes to our sport. So good job.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it. I've been covering the sport for a minute. I enjoy it. I know when to switch it up. We'll turn the laughter on at one moment, but then we can get serious and talk fights the other. And
Yeah.
why not, bro? This is something I enjoy, and I'm glad we can help each other out, promote one another, help each other along the way, and grow to the highest level that we could get ourselves to, man. And we need good people to lift each other up, man. That's the only way we could do it. So I appreciate your
Amen.
words, bro.
Amen to that. Absolutely, you hit the nail right on the head with that one, bro. It's absolutely.
I'm gonna see you in Miami very soon, my friend.
That's right, brother. Just a couple weeks away. We'll be there in no time, and I can't wait to see that venue. I've never been there. I haven't seen anything yet, so
Either.
I want to make bare knuckle great again. Since we're in the Trump,
Yeah.
make great, baby.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. You're the man, brother. Thank you, champ. I appreciate your time, my brother. I'm going to see you real soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you. You're also the man, and appreciate you for having me on, Joe.
Thank you, brother. Be good.
All right, man. You too.
Peace, bro.
Peace.
The GOAT, the bare knuckle GOAT. That's my guy right there, Jose Fernandez. It's going to be an amazing time, an amazing fight. He is the super middleweight champion in BYB. He's defended his title August 27th in Doral at the Trump National. Tune in. It's on YouTube. It's free. You're fucking crazy if you don't tune in. You have to see this fight. It literally is something that I've been looking forward to for a while. So check it out. Tune in. Don't be stupid. Tune in. All right. So again, thank you, Jose Fernandez. It's been a pleasure. Peace, guys. Have a great night.